Yeah, what up? Mace Taggart, nah, man. I'm just now coming over. I was trying to listen to X close out. I'm here now. What's going on? No, RBs. I mean, he didn't. Nah, it's not. It was stupid. It was just like I mean, the dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and shout out to X, man. X didn't. It was what it was. I mean, he actually, like I said, I knew he was gonna resort to that, but he made it easier for him. So like, it should have been. He gave him the better side. Like, he took the better side of the debate. So I'm just confused as to why it was a thing. Yeah, I saw that too, Dre Raphael. Fuck that guy. Oh, and Dre, let me hold up so we don't have to have this issue again. I don't know how the hell you got blocked, bro, but where you at, Dre? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? There you go. I don't know how the fuck you got blocked, bro, but we'll fix that, Dre. There you go. Yo, what's up? What's up, MOT and SKC? What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? I
Yeah.
mean, what you had was a perfect example of why you have to SYSBM and form your own fucking household, man. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to compete if you can't be honest with what the fuck is going on the ground. You're never going to get anywhere. And it's almost like when you have these discussions, you have to run the facts through the if will black people be mad about the truth, or will black women specifically be mad about what I'm saying? And that's kind of like how debates work in black America. Everybody dances around actual simplistic, fucking easy to understand facts. The easy to understand facts is we're never going to be able to get childhood education under control because the women don't give a fuck about who they procreate with. So even having a conversation beyond that point is moot. If we don't give a fuck about who the ingredients are of the future, and you just have to be quiet about the results when it does happen. Like, dude, like this whole thing's moot. Like, the only thing you can do is viably repopulate with SYSBM. There is no reason to be dealing with this motherfucker here locally. Period.
And
Yeah.
just
Hold on, real quick, SKC. Hey, shout out to Marco Grande for the cash out, bro. Appreciate you, Marco. Go ahead, SKC.
well, just two things real quick. First, just real quick, man. Tomorrow, through a back channel, man. Are you interested in debating?
Yeah, I would
Okay,
debate anybody on SYSBM is the best thing we can do for black people.
because
Yeah.
I kind of work with X on it, and a few people were saying you and Cerulean Gray on SYSBM. But going to your debate, Mr. Fantastic, one thing I didn't understand was the comparison with Black America to other countries. That seemed like a moot point because every pretty much every demographic or race here does better than other countries.
Yeah, because most countries are fucking third world. America is again ranking coon. There's a reason why all these immigrants want again. America is the number one country to be immigrated into, or to be attempted to be immigrated into. It's a land, the land of the fucking promised land for a reason, man. The
Yeah,
land of
Because
milk and honey,
our
because
all that shit.
solely based off of your efforts, you can fucking make it. There ain't no other country in the world that operates like that except for America. I mean, dude, you could be in their country, you could be a straight A student. Nobody gives a fuck about paying for your school over there. If you ain't got the fucking money, your ass ain't going. Period. That's how that shit works over there. But over here, people actually want to pay for shit and do shit for people who actually want to do good. So this is why they get over here and they fucking ball out. because they got a culture of working fucking hard. They have institutional systems of fucking shame and all that kind of shit. They can live together and work together, and we just can't do that shit. Is because niggas are unprincipled than a motherfucker, and they'll do
Yeah,
anything for short term fucking gain. And you really can't deal with motherfuckers like that. You gotta fucking breed this shit the fuck out.
yeah.
You
One thing
have
that
to.
came to mind was like when they were doing this comparison between, Black Americans and the rest of the world. I was just thinking about this. Our stock market alone in the U.S. is, if you combine 20 of the largest stock markets in the world, that would equal the stock market just in the U.S. It's not even a comparison. So it's obvious you have way more um, economic opportunity here. How does that? How does that come? Why are you making a comparison with the rest of the world? That didn't
It
seem like
doesn't.
a good argument.
I mean, but it's kind of like what he was doing. He was cherry picking to make a point when no one would allow that type of cherry picking to even happen. Not on that level. I mean, he does make good points, but it's just that we still have an underlying issue here that's not being debated. How can you give a fuck about families when you have no say? Period. Where you have to worry about like nobody like we have all these statistics, but there's an underlying thing that goes into all this statistic, and that's family creation. Nobody gives a shit about family creation, and
And
that's
guess
like the
what? Hold
third
on.
rail.
Hey, guess what,
What the
brother?
fuck?
MOT, I'm glad you said that because I exactly
Okay.
agree with you. And guess what? Mr. Vantas, how y'all doing today?
I'm good, man. Hey,
I'm not.
Rex, if you can turn your mic up, man. You're a little low, fam.
All right. Yeah, it's down some. So, can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Slightly. Go ahead.
Well, what I was gonna say is that brother saying the same because he said something earlier, like, well, we got to come back. Where I agree with the same thing. I'm not just gonna make it about me, but how can you have any family where? And I remember this was like maybe a month and a half ago. BGS told me about Grenada. I'm like, I don't agree with that in my family, but when he explained to me what it was, I'm actually seeing that shit in my own life, and it's like that shit is crazy because I've been on this shit for like maybe 14 years, where I've been seeing that what they trying to do is, and remember the conversation was about talking points where I remember earlier before I left, and talking points are sometimes I didn't told my own woman, not only just my like immediate family, but my mom, my sisters, my nieces, and what we'll see is I'll tell them they trying to take the man out the family, right? All men,
Yes.
right? And
Every
it's like
family's the same way, dude. Every family's the same way.
I know white and black people, but I'm just talking about black people, right? Guess what they'll tell me? No, because I said black women cannot control. They're gonna listen to anything they say, right? And they'll say, "How you gonna say that? We don't listen." It's a freaking thing. I look at my own family; they don't even know they listen to everything they saying. If it wasn't for me, and guess what? Right now, I'm in like BGS said a couple of months and a half ago. I'm in a gynecology, and I mean, I hate to say that. I'm like, I don't even know nothing about gynecology. I got to the internet, and I'm like, is that true? Like, really? Like, what
Yeah.
am I arguing about? Hold up, I'm not a nigga that don't pay bills. I don't take care of my household. I don't take care of my family. And like I said, Mr. Fantastic, I'm not gonna make this about me. But what I'm saying is, I do these things. Why? And I ain't gonna even get involved with this little shit been happening. But I agree with you, brothers, tonight. Where guess what? I'm about to go my own way myself and shit.
Dude,
Actually,
it's the only way to conclusively solve this problem.
yeah.
Conclusively, the only way to solve this problem is through SYSBM.
Well, guess
Conclusively.
what? No, I got one real for y'all. I don't know how real y'all are. My oldest daughter, 19. I told her she can go find one of these bum ass niggas or go find a new dad. Cause I'm good. I don't want to deal with her. That's how for real I am. I ain't playing around to 2020 no more. That's what I'm saying.
I have a question about what RBR and others have stated with this whole thing of white supremacist talking points. Okay, so my question on that is, um, just because a person is let's say they are a white supremacist. Could their talking point actually be true?
Can we
Well,
call them white like privilege? Why they gotta be supremacists?
What,
I'm tired of that word too. That's the word we gotta stop too. They supremacists.
what you saying? Or hold on, just let me get some clarity. SKC. Are you saying like a skinhead or like a fucking Aryan Nation person or what?
Whoever it is, are we actually trying to, or not we, but are people that use that statement, white supremacist talking point, are you saying that everything that comes out of their mouth is an absolute lie?
Well, yeah, that's and again, that's the fallacy because and it goes to what we speak about over here. Too emotional, man. All right, the best person that you can ever listen to is a motherfucker that hates you. Because you know what? They don't give a fuck about your opinion. They're gonna be blatantly honest with you. So actually, you know, if you can remove the emotion from it, you can learn a lot in life. Your worst enemy, your worst enemy is the best person to tell you your greatest weakness. But because black people don't understand power, they don't understand strategy, they don't understand you know, a lot of the things you need in order to, you know, gain power. They just, you know, they cry and get into a whole bunch of bullshit.
But hold up. You never gonna see none of them white supremacists talking motherfuckers on the front line of the battlefield though. I guarantee they'll be in the back on YouTube still talking about go get them, y'all. Get the fuck out of here, man. Who y'all think y'all talking to? I'm not these dumbass niggas on YouTube.
Excuse me. Oh man. Damn, the fucking talking caught up with me.
I don't know
Because that's all that pro black motherfuckers do is talk. They don't have no actions in the last 40 years. What they ever did, but talk shit. And that's what people on YouTube do. That's black first or pro black. What are they doing? Talking a bunch of shit, ain't doing nothing. Tell me something they did. They make up a bunch of lies on YouTube. You can't prove none of they shit. Oh, but they'll tell you, don't get in my personal life. Fuck you. How about that?
Okay. All right.
I mean, to me, I think that, but to a certain extent, I gotta give Brother Moses his due. But I think that a lot of it mixed pieces of truth, and then it was just trying to pretty much subvert it and use that to build an argument. But
so why you gotta give him his due? Because he talk on YouTube?
No. I think that he actually put a lot of work into the debate. I think that was obvious.
Yeah. Again, it's you know, what's the term I'm looking for?
You saying a debate or real life? I mean, I don't know.
No, the debate.
It was obvious that he prepared very well.
Yeah, it's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for, man? What's I'm looking for?
Getting shit done in real life. Never mind.
Over you had appearance over substance. You know, it looked good. He had a whole PowerPoint and everything set up, and you know, clicky red buttons and things and circles and all this good shit.
I think that joke that he tried to make was pretty lame.
Yeah, so you know,
question. When do he put any of this into play though? I don't want to hear about what he's doing, showing y'all red buttons and shit. When is he pressing some of them red buttons in real life?
I don't know, man. I don't know what he does. I mean, I know he's a he's a father. I mean, I'm not gonna take anything away from the dude. He's a father, as far as I know. I think he's married. And you know, he's not out here on no, you know, even though he may take up for that side, I mean, at the very least, he's you know, he's a good example and father for his kids. So you know what I'm saying?
I agree with all that, but I keep hearing them B1s people saying, or no, not saying B1, but black pro black saying we need to do violence. Which one of them niggas will be in the front line? Once they start getting in the front line, I'll be up there with them. But
you know that's not gonna happen, man.
In the back. All right, but you're not gonna sit in the back and then guys like us go get in the front line, and then what? We died, then y'all go run and hide. Guess what? We good with white supremacy, man. Get your fucking ass out of here. I'm not with that dumb ass shit. That's stupid.
Yeah, I agree too. But let me we got Kenny Conjo in the building. Go ahead, Kenny, and then Rex, I'm gonna swap you out with somebody real quick. I don't bring you back. All right, bro.
Yo, what's up, Mr. Fantastic?
You got it, man. What's going on
Panelists
with
and
you?
everybody. Just real quick, man. I don't, like I said, respect both of you brothers, man. It's always good to hear a good debate without too many ad hominem attacks. You both have different talking points. I rock with you both. The thing is, I just want to see brothers be on some positive energy and actually do something. And if they feel like outside of the community is better for them, well, so be it. If they want to go off and meet someone outside of their community, and if that's going to make them happy, I'm good with that too. I mean, the way I see it is, I don't pay anyone's bills, so whatever they do to make themselves happy is I'm good with it, regardless of what it is. If they want to be B1, I'm good with that too. I just want to see people happy. That's the main thing. And if their focus is outside of the community, and if they are content with their lives and they're doing something positive, then I'm good with that. That's the way I see it. So respect to you, Mr. Fantastic. Respect to Brother Moses. I definitely would like to see another debate with you all. I think you all can do it. And like I said, 2020, let's get this thing right. Let's get into some positive successes for the new year, and like I said, for the families or whatever. And that's all I care about, brother. That's it. And that's it.
You,
so yeah, man. I'm off to a different chat, brother, because I'm trying to help a smaller channel than yours. You got plenty of fans here, and you got plenty of people that supporting you. So I'm gonna go to that channel, man, and help them kind of rock with that channel.
Trying to make it. I appreciate you, Kenny.
Man, I have to agree with Kenny, man. I like to see a second one with you two, because I think the topic needed to be a bit more nuanced in order to really get the best out of both of you all.
So that's it. Fantastic, man. Appreciate you having me up on the panel, brother.
All right, no problem. Appreciate you, man.
I'll get it to you later, man.
Yo,
go ahead, Panther God. You got it.
Yo, what's good? What's good, fellas? This is my first time being on any of these streams or whatever. So, it's my first time being on here. So, I'm not saying tread lightly, but it's my first time. But anyway, that being said, I appreciated that debate. It was very cool. Seeing y'all chop it up with one another. He came a little bit more information, but you kind of refuted that for the most part and brought a lot of context to it. So I appreciate that, Mr. Fantastic. One thing I wanted to address, Rex is back on the chat, so I'm glad about that. I just want to address what Rex said about pro-blacks not doing shit. That's not true, though. Respectfully, even if you want to talk shit about the pro-blacks, the fuckery, the apologism for the function in the community, that's all fair. I checked the shit out of Taz. Maybe I shouldn't have brought up his name, my bad. But anyway, that being said, I critique the B1 side, the pro-black side, because if someone was in the streets doing activist work, et cetera, for years, at this point, if they're about co-signing the mediocrity, fuck it. Like, it's over. Like, for the most part, for most people. I'm all about cultivating myself and people around me and elevating. And that's the only way forward. If not, they're not with that, fuck it. But that being said, I appreciate that debate, and I just want to hear what else I have to say. So,
hey, man, I really appreciate your input. Rex, before you hop back in, I got Mr. Laundry. Hold on, Rex. I got somebody on that hadn't said anything yet. Mr. Laundry, go ahead, brother, and then we'll come back to you, Rex.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you got it, brother. Go ahead.
This dollar washing.
Oh, Doc, what's up, man? What's going on with you, dollar washing?
Yeah, what's going on? I'm pretty much subscribed to everybody on the panel, except for the guy Rex and Panther God. But you see my name, you see me donating to the chat.
Oh, most definitely, man. I appreciate that too, brother. You always donate, man, and I appreciate you, man. I think you was one of the first people, bro. You one of my first donors, bro, and I really appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. I ain't no big guy. I'm only 5'10", but I'm like 200. I'm trying to lose weight. You know what I mean? Trying to do everything right for the new year. But as far as the topic, I seen the whole debate and everything, and I always come up from a position of, dude, I don't want no help from nobody. I don't have that slave mentality where, I understand our history, man. I ain't beat for no. I just can't see myself as a man saying that I need a handout. I want reparations. I want I want them to do this, do that. No, man. You gotta understand when we came here, when we came here, shit, we all different types of fucking tribes and dialects. We ain't the same people. And people need to understand when we came here on the clean slate, even though it was a rough patch, even though we was in slavery, and people don't understand it's the human race. The human race. It's a race. It's a race to the top. This ain't just start like 100 years ago. This started thousands of fucking years ago. And people got look at it from that aspect. We in a constant race. Right now, white people are winning. Even if they win for a couple of 100 years, fuck it, it's a human race. People only thinking about right now. You gotta think as far as your lineage, as far as your race of people or your ethnicity. You can't just be looking at, oh, this my family. We going look. At the end of the day, you're part of a long line of people. Your ancestors was like from 1,000 years ago going through life or whatever. And right now, it's your turn, and you gotta carry a baton. Ain't nothing carrying a baton. That's all. Our DNA, our genes is one fucking. What I mean? It's a fucking time. And that's what we are as people right now. And, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you good now. Yeah, you good now.
All right, like I was saying before, this is a marathon. It ain't just no 100-meter race, and people ain't thinking in that concept. And as long as you keep thinking, having a small mind and short attention span and all that other shit, man, it ain't gonna work. We gonna keep having these circular arguments. We gonna keep talking about what we need to do with black women. Man, it's you know what I mean. You can look throughout history and see that we had to make decisions. Black men got to make real hard decisions, and people just can't accept the fact that some of the people ain't gonna make it. People you love, people you grew up with, your family, you know what I mean, your friends. You might have to say goodbye to them motherfuckers. And if motherfuckers can't do that, we're gonna have the same problem for another 300 fucking years. So you know what I mean, it's SYSBM for me. And I've been on that shit. I just didn't have a name for it. I just came into the manosphere like a year and a half ago, and I just keep in and out and all that. And I ain't really trying to be no content creator, but I really I'm in the engine, I'm in the truck, you know what I mean? I'm in the working with my hands. This freedom fighting shit I ain't really peaceful. So, just with that, this is my little introduction to this space. You know what I mean? I come on here, I super chat. You know what I mean? Not just at some point I just had
shit like.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, so just as far as the debate and everything, man, I said before, they do what all them B1 niggas do, man. They get on one certain talking point and pivot off of it, and they just keep hopping from one. They keep traveling. That's the only way they making moves is they traveling on the court. They ain't bouncing the ball. They ain't making, you know what I mean? They ain't got no plays set up. All they doing is walking, traveling, and you know what I mean? All you keep hearing is the ref blow the whistle. But they just ignoring it because, you know what I mean? When you play street ball, it ain't no rules. You know what I mean? Once you get on the court where there's decent refs, decent rules and regulations, they can't perform, they can't score, they can't win. And with that, I'm out, y'all. Thanks for letting me talk. Fantastic.
No problem, bro. Appreciate you, man. You always always welcome, man. Thank you.
Man, one last thing before I get up out of here, man, I found interesting, man. You know, during the debate while you were making your points, against a lot of people not really competing well in the United States. CNG was in the chat saying the same thing you were saying, right?
What? Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I made a point to bring that out. I was like,
I
wow.
thought I saw you say that,
is,
but I wasn't really sure. I went, I was trying to pick because at that point I think I was writing down shit so I make sure I didn't lose what he was saying. But what it was, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then after I stated that, she disappeared. She didn't make any more comments because I was like, "What is this? Is there like some type of fracture in the B1 type of thinking or something?" Well,
X keeps all the debates up, but knowing her, if you pointed it out, she probably went back and deleted it. So I'll just look for the point or whatever you was talking about and see if I can find it.
But
yeah, man, but it goes along with everything she has always stated about black men not competing and not producing or anything of that nature. So it's obvious that she would agree with you that black people aren't.
What chat room was she in though? SKC. What chat room was she in? She was in Mr. Fantastic chat
room?
room?
X's, hell no. She would never come over here, bro.
Oh, I know she's scared to come over here. But what I'm trying to say is, and this is the shit we gotta say. I just saw Brother Moses. I would like to ask him one question, right? If he would dare come up. Because I know he ain't gonna come up because I want to ask him a respectful question. But they want to tell, and this is another thing in 2020 we've been doing, telling who is black men and who not. Like maybe they'll say MOT's a black man, but oh yeah, SKC, he married to a non, so he's not a black man. These bitches don't know how to speak no more. Because in real life, everybody look at y'all in real life, blah blah blah. Blah 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 until you bend the fuck over. Nobody cares, and that's what something I try to tell the girls, and they don't even get it still. And this is another talking point in real life. It's fantastic. Women still believe that men in real life listen to them. Nobody give a shit in real life what you're talking about. They don't. They ask you when you come home, how was your day at work, just because they know it's a nice thing to say. Nobody give a shit. Bitch, have a seat, cook some food, and that's what it is. Nobody gives a shit in real life. This is YouTube bullshit. And I like to ask that guy Moses if he come the fuck up. Because he take up for everybody on that bullshit.
Moses gone through, bro. He just stopped through the like, Shay, what's up, man? He not still in here, but I mean, it's whatever. He already got scrubbed up for the day, so he knows what's up. Yeah, but we got OG. We got excuse me. I can't use your old name. We got the Ghost in the building. What's going on, Ghost?
Just like to say Happy New Year's to all you brothers.
Yeah, Happy New
Year. Great debate. I'm gonna go back and check. I caught the last end of it because I forgot we got Pacific times out here. But I just want to say this, my brothers. We go believe what we want to believe in life, and what works for you, make it work. And I hope this will be a real good year. As you see your brother trying to look young, 60-something years old, trying to get out there, get one of them real life. And that's what I'm going to be doing this year. I'm going to be focusing more on health this year. I'm going to let the other brothers, y'all have the debates about all the other stuff, because I believe all strategy is good strategy. We need everybody on every level. We got a lot of people in our community are not healthy. And that's one of my specialties. That's what I started my channel off to be. But I had to get my name out there so you get to see the real me, what I'm trying to do for the community or community or whatever y'all want to call it. Whatever. If you B1, B2, brothers who don't want to be in the neighborhood, Dusty Brothers, Leroy, Larry, Bubblegum, or even a woman with a sagging breast. If you want to get healthy, you're going to have to tune in to the Ghost, because that's what I'm going back to. It's my specialty, and I like to help my people. I have given out so much stuff out in the community as far as herbals and stuff like that. I know a lot of people don't want to believe it in that, but if you look at me at 61 years old, it's working. And it's not only working for me, it don't work for my family and my friends. And you need any help, I'm always out there. I support whatever y'all doing out there, man, as long as you're trying to bring and make our community better, or making yourself better, your family better. That's what 2020 is going to mean for me. Y'all brothers stay strong, love, peace, and always strive for the truth.
Appreciate you, Ghost.
All right.
Thank you.
Good looking out, bro.
So yeah, man. Just a little oh man. Just a little context as far as the debate goes. This is in reference to the debate I had with Brother Moses. Again, man, before I did the stream before I did to go on, we went over the whole talking points and the actual definition of talking points, what a talking point is. Like I said, the debate we had today was, are blacks competing? And that within itself is he's trying to use the, oh, well, you changed the debate, so you automatically lost the debate from the beginning, which again, like I said, the question that was posed in the debate was loaded. And again, no slight or anything to X. I still appreciate it. And like I said, I made it. I like it because I had to have the wherewithal and the understanding of knowing how I had to adjust it in order to, be able to support my points as strong as I did, even though the debate was worded as what it was. Like I said, man, by all means, there's some shit to where you don't have to be completely or totally against something in order to be, to be against it or not in the affirming position. Because again, you can debate and against the affirm. That's the whole purpose of the debate. So the purpose of my debate was to again disprove or deplete the points he was trying to make in reference to black people competing. Again, if I was to say black people aren't competing at all, that would be a fallacy. That would be a slam dunk win for him to say, hey, black people woke up this morning. We're here. We have chance. We have opportunity. Success. You lose. So of course I had to make the adjustment and say, oh, well, we are competing, but not to the level we should be. Anyone that's a black American person, and you understand the outputs of other demographics when it comes to economics, education, and a myriad of other things. And another big thing too, man, I noticed, and again, he just has a lot of the flaws and fallacies of this B1 or pro-black mindset as to where you're never going to acknowledge the major character flaws. Oh, there he goes. What's up, bro?
Oh,
shit. What's going on?
Hey, yo, exactly. Hold on. I'm glad he came the fuck up.
Yeah. Whoa, Rex, chill, fam.
Yeah, I can hear
Rex,
you.
chill.
Check.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. What's up? Go ahead. Yeah, you good. You loud and clear.
I did hear somebody say that I should come up at least for a couple of minutes just to say it again, but I did want to say appreciate that. Thanks for having that debate. Win or losses, man, we're just putting the information out there, right? And then we both just took whatever the topic was and try to do our research and bring it out. That what I had to work with, it says we get at it with Brother Fantastic versus Brother Moses. They debate, are we as a people competing into some of the same sources that you did, or is the system holding many of us back, which is why that whole systems argument was brought in. And I thought the things that stand in our way. So with a lot of those, I was just trying to answer the questions that were posed as a part of the debate. My personal opinion is, look, presentation that you can actually come from the ghetto and apply yourself with that same discipline. I am a father. I am a veteran of the United States Army. And I am all that premise, man. Hopefully your team there, they enjoyed the debate, those talking points that they will undoubtedly be using, and the respect that you always push. And then even the ones that are more along the lines of black men, you are responsible more or less, not the system. So I just wanted to at least leave on that positive note, and hopefully that we can have a debate in the future. Was there a question for me from somebody or?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to ask it right again.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Rex,
Rex,
yeah,
go ahead, Rex. Yeah, go ahead, Rex.
All right, after I finish this question, I'm out. Don't worry about it. He can answer this shit. It's just funny that you B1 guys, y'all sit over there, right? You'll let this brother, the goofy goat, sit up there and talk about black men where he'll say, well, a guy wearing a pocketbook embarrass all black men. And then I'll say, you know what? I don't wear pocketbooks, but guess what? If that's how you feel about black men, that's fine. Nobody never get a brother no pushback. But on the same hand, he tried to borrow $2,500 from a woman he didn't know. And I keep asking, where do black men do that? Where do good black men do that at? And guess what? Won't nobody ever say nothing, because what's more embarrassment? A guy wearing a pocketbook or you trying to steal money from a lady that you don't know for $2,500? And I know you was going to steal it. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm a chameleon. I know exactly how niggas think. All right? That's some bullshit. Why nobody ever gives this guy no pushback, the goofy goat? That's what I'm saying with you B1 guys. If you're going to be real, be for real all the way.
That is a valid concern, and I want to like kind of co-sign that and piggyback off that a little bit.
Wait.
My bad.
Again, bro. Brother Moses
Let
is
him
his
answer the
own
question,
man.
and I'll go. I'm out.
Well, but Rex, listen, what I'm telling you, Rex. You asking him about another man. You can't expect this man to speak to the allegations against another man. That's not his place. That's not his thing. So if the other dude was here, you can ask him directly. I will understand that. But I'm not gonna put Brother Moses on the spot on my platform to answer to alleged, you know what I'm saying, things. You know what I'm saying? For another dude, man. So
I like to ask one question.
Go ahead,
Mr. Van Dam. How you doing, Brother Moses? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can.
How you doing? Okay. What is your narrative on the dietary? Because I know there's a lot of things that this country, who one of the richest countries in the world, allow certain types of food to be passed across the table, versus some places in Europe won't even allow that food even in their country. What is your narrative on, or what is your overview our diets right here in this country? Nutrition.
I'm not sure. It's still convoluted with me. I know that some of the foods would be bad, but it's each self-destruct, and then there are some goods that are some foods that are edifying. From a bigger lens, and we can choose to eat healthier, or we can choose to eat as it's destroying us. The diabetes rate is high in those other areas. And so you weren't on the, when I hear the question, I'm thinking if those poisons, like, you know, the extra sugary drinks and things like that, if they, the market, would we be in a better space? I would say, I don't know, because we could find something else to overindulge in. So should I also hear intervene? Should the FDA even be allowing some of those foods,
like
to
the
even
GMOs?
I mean, yeah, like GMOs. And such. Yeah. Government be stronger at enforcing, you know, labels or different things. I don't know what solution works, because they are in major partnership, GMOs and such. So it's going to be one of those things that comes all the way back down to personal choice, what they put on their table in their own household, what they buy from. On a broader level, though, I think that's a
got one follow-up question.
Okay.
One follow-up question. Do you think it's a conflict of interest? The FDA, Food and Drug Administration. I mean, if you coming up with the drugs and you're in charge of the food, and seem like all of it's working together as far as in this country versus other countries where it's separate. So if I come up with a drug and I know what the effects is in 30 years, and if I know what kind of drugs I'm putting in the food, it seems to just be a circle type of thing. And I'm 61 years old. I've been a vegetarian for 45 years. And so I do a lot of things that my grandmother taught me how to do way back in the day. And my family, the ones you can tell the difference of us who stayed with that and the ones who thought they were much better and eat everything, you know, and anything, And now they're starting to come back to me and ask me what kind of water I'm drinking because I still seem to be, looking younger. So I mean, I think some of our greats like Dick Gregory, Dr. Sabies, and I don't know a lot of younger people don't believe in some of the things that these people have passed on, but I think it's a lot of good information, and I think I'm gonna bring it back up, try to put the seed back in and bring it back up because we are doing real bad in health. And I'm gonna leave y'all with a tip. I want to leave Fantastic because I know he's into weightlifting and health. When you catch a plane and you get jet lag or you always carrying a cellular phone in your pocket and stuff like that, just try this one thing. One time, take 5 boxes of baking soda, put it in a bath, and stay in there for 20 minutes and come out. You can feel like a totally different person. That's something I do every solstice, winter solstice, summer solstice, fall solstice. I'm telling you, when you do it, it just pulls all them pores and all that radiation out of your body. So just try it. I have tried it even with my sister who had cancer. And so just try it. I mean, you don't got to believe it, just try it. And thank you for answering my question.
I appreciate that. And again, appreciate you, Mr. Fantastic. I'm going to say the way that your chat actually showed up and was rocking with you, that's phenomenal. And on Dr. Sabi, I got some folks at my job. I hadn't gotten to the point of actually implementing in my own life, but I definitely appreciate the information. And it is something that I should consider. Just will stop making excuses and get to it. So yeah, I'm gonna look into the Dr. Sabi and some of those diets, that plant-based diet, even some vegan diets, and try to appreciate that information. All right, I'm out, y'all. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you coming through.
Mr. Fantastic. I know you did some studies on vegetarians. How bad their health is. Let me tell you something about them type of vegetarians, Mr. Fantastic. They eat a lot of hybrid foods, and they eat a lot of what we call a vegetable protein. That's when they take the wheat and turn it into a protein where they have the same consistency as meat. So all this stuff that Burger King and all these people coming out right there, it's over processed. It's not natural. When I'm talking about being a real true vegetarian, you are eating the most natural food on this planet. And I do take supplements as you take, when you lifting weights and stuff, but I take natural supplements. I don't take the ones across the counter. And I'm going to take people, maybe I can come on your channel one day. I'm going to take people through a whole month process of what I do and the results of what I do. Because people believe in results. And you can get over here and hoop and holler all you want to about being a vegetarian. I live this and I live that. But if you ain't showing the people the results of what you're doing, and the strongest thing on this planet is a gorilla. He eat nothing but plant. So when I hear people talking about, well, I'm gonna be weak or I'm gonna be that, I'm like, nah, my brother, because I know many of basketball players who was Muslims and did Ramadan, and everything on their stacks went up when they start eating one meal a day. So I mean, it's a slow process. I'm not one of them brothers who point fingers on what you eat or how you eat it or whatever. I just give you an option, and you can take that option or not. And so that's mostly what I want to work on this year. And if you ever want me to come on your channel and talk in that way, so we can help our people, because you don't have to be suffering from diabetes, fibroid tumors, and all that other stuff. When you know how you got into this problem, it's your food. Food is what gets us in this problem, because we used to say back in my day, it was hereditary. When somebody had high blood pressure or they had diabetes. No, usually if you got that from your family member, you got it because you was eating the same food they was eating. So I'm gonna leave you at that, man. I'm just trying to bring this YouTube, Special Black YouTube, up to the full circle, man. So everybody can have, you have your expertise. Everybody has their expertise to try to make, make better life for us, man, where we can have peace mentally, spiritually, and physically.
All right, most OG. Like I said, I'm about to later this month or on the beginning of next month, I'm gonna start out my whole fitness aspect of it too. Cause like, so I'm about to cut down some of this weight, man. I got 50 pounds to lose over the next like probably 4 months or so, 4 to 6 months, depending on how hard I go at it. So,
okay, and I want to talk to you in the background, or we'll talk to each other with email. I guess the things I could pretty much help you.
We'll set it up.
Okay, I'm just saying, just as something private where I can tell you some things.
Oh, cool.
You know that you can do, and then you can go and tell your listeners the results from it.
Yeah, but like I said, if I implement it, I'll just have you come on and explain it. Like I said, like you said, and we'll do like a combo thing. You know what I'm saying?
All right, thanks, man. And again, appreciate you. You know, I'm always supporting you. I know you got my emails when you were trying to get your child. I was just trying to put the information out there if you needed it. You know, I woke up at the middle of the night and I seen you. I seen in your voice that you was worried about something. So I had to put that out there, let you know. Regardless if we debate, regardless if we disagree or whatever, when I see a black man trying to do something, I'm there to help and support him 100% in anything I can give him.
And that's respect, OG. Like I said, I really do appreciate that, man. Don't ever think no ways about it other than that, man. I really do appreciate that.
All right, I'm out of here. Peace, everybody. Happy New Year's.
All right, later, man.
Happy New Year, bro. Yo, MOT.
Yeah,
it was good, bro. I was actually just watching one of your videos from like a year ago yesterday, like the one on the dating coaches. And I just want to tell you real quick, I very much enjoyed that one. That was game you dropped right there, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, it's just at the end of the day, man. Good options don't need to be sold like that to people. And if these people are actually worth it, there's no way they would be sold like that. But they know what they're selling to people and how they're selling it to them.
It kind of my bad. It kind of like revealed to me like the way you framed the shit, like where you was talking about, these are the dudes that were supposedly doing well when the community was being fucked up for the last like 20 years or however long.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like these are the dudes that maybe they were winning and maybe they could teach you how to win in a fucked up situation and exploit a fucked up scenario to your advantage. But in the long run, at the end of the day, these dudes were winning while the community was suffering. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And to transmit
and now
that
they're coming back.
mentality. Yeah.
And now they're coming back for the kids that was created during their fuck up to fuck them up too. So it's kind of like they're looping back around to take the rest of the Titanic and like hit the fucking iceberg again.
That's crazy, bro. Damn, I didn't even think about that until I heard it earlier on today. I was like, whoa. I was like, that messed me up in my head. I'll have to like recover for a little bit. Like, wow, that's real shit. So I appreciate that insight, bro. That was some next level shit.
I mean, but you have to understand why they don't have people like this in other cultures. They don't have people like this in other cultures.
They get merch.
Because if you just, for real. I mean, because all the dumb shit that they hide behind is shit that men ain't supposed to do. Men ain't supposed to be guaranteeing chaos in any environment. And these people come up and they're like giddy with delight. Kind of like the Joker before he shot that dude, you know what I'm saying? That's how they look at the fucking chaos that they're spreading. And that they don't even give a fuck about how many lives that they destroy with this shit. They don't give a fuck, dude.
I have a theory on that. I have a theory on that if I may expound right quick. As someone who, I mean, I come from a certain different perspective. I'm kind of at a stage right now where that DJ Kid shit fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's my naivete, but I was on some shit where I'm very skeptical about the fuckery that's going on in the community, but I've also been trying to help as well. I'm gonna be real. And that shit was like, okay, I can't do it. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Like that was the straw that brought the camel's back on my end. Like, I was like, okay, it's about personal elevation, cultivation. Anyone that wants to come up, you come up. If you're not, that's it. So for a lot of people, unfortunately, I want to help people, but you can't risk your shit for people with garbage mentalities. That's done. That's over with. So But yeah, one theory I had though, like I was saying earlier, was that where did this whole mentality come from? I feel like to some degree, this was programmed in the community, in the context of post-slave. You know what I mean? Oh, really? Well, I mean, just to let me expound right quick. In the context of like slave, I'm not to say there's any excuse on individual responsibility. That goes without saying. But that being said, the pattern of where the way to get over the so-called man, whatever, was to use your woman as a whore to sell him back to the so-called oppressor, right? And then you'll get status off of your whoring your woman out, the woman of your group, to other men who have higher status, so you could parasitically absorb by proxy that value, and then elevating yourself by that standard. You feel me? Like people listen to read books like, Iceberg Slim. You feel me? Donald Goines novels. You know what I'm saying? And in the post-70s era, in the 70s era, the blaxploitation thing. You got Dolomite movies on Netflix right now. That's being elevated right now. That mentality.
I mean, you have to understand why that is. Like, people actually think that they would gain an insight on the behavior of this woman by reading dumb shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was never gonna give you an insight on somebody who don't respect you. 1, 2, somebody who would never follow you, and 3, the women never even followed those dudes. You want to know why? They keep having to repeat the process over and over again, so they're not successful. Period.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no track record. So it's kind of like this. You can either take one pill 1,000 times or 1,000 pills one time. Them, it's 1,000 different pills one time. So it's not like they're successful. What they're trying to do is get you to waste a whole bunch of time, because that's why there's so much different information, because none of this shit actually works. So what they're trying to do is to get you to try something over nothing. And since you tried something, you would give them the credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
When it's actually you who did all the work. It's kind of like, you're not going to do any of AMS's shit and it works. The dude, so he says, is 6'5" or what the fuck ever. If a woman like a dude who's tall, how the fuck is a dude being 5'3" going to practice the same shit a dude 6'5" is going to try? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why this is why I baked them into showing proof. Because I could guarantee you, if they ever try to show proof, they'll look stupid as fuck. And it's like, this is why this stuff is not a field of science. It's all conjecture. And since it's okay to lie for and on the behalf of pussy, at least the obtainment of it, there ain't no consequences for that in black society. Actually, it gets you a lot of respect, undue respect in black society, by even acting like you got the shit figured out. When it turns out you go through the same dumbass shit that all the other people go through. And I think it's incredibly harmful, because these dudes need fresh women to fucking be with that don't have this cultural history and background to be with. And there is nothing anybody's going to be able to convince me otherwise of that. But at the end of the day, other cultures are giving fresh women to their fucking men. They're not giving ran-throughs to their motherfucking dudes who are doing well.
That's real.
They ain't doing that shit. So like I said, we're trying to make a new community out of fuck babies and bag ladies, and that shit ain't gonna work, man.
Oh man, damn. Cold-blooded right there. But yeah, one thing also, some of the issue, one issue got kind of the other side of the debate earlier on, like in the chat. I'm not gonna say no name necessarily, but just this mentality where being the nigga that's winning in a garbage environment when everything's collapsing all around you shouldn't be something to be proud of. Wouldn't you say? Like if you're winning in such a damaged environment and everything, I mean, the Titanic's sinking on some degree in many ways. I mean, you should be the leader. If you're getting chosen out here, and it ain't that difficult to get these shorties out here.
Yeah. So you're select, but you're not responsible for a goddamn thing. That's the shit that I don't get about these dumb motherfuckers. They're like, oh yeah, I'm select. Like when they say that they select, they're trying to do it to like humiliate the fuck out of me. Like, how the fuck are you gonna humiliate me by making a bad, dumbass fucking decision and choice that your dumbass is gonna have to keep repeating over and over again because this person don't fuck with you like that. Like, how do you think you stunting on me with fucking basic access to a woman who don't like you? What the fuck is that? like, and most of these dudes are stunting on fat bitches at that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, like, dude, like, none of this shit makes no goddamn sense. And that's why most of these dumb niggas don't go lie, because they can't. They're so scared of being fucking exposed. But, man, fuck all that. I will bring the exposure to you. Fuck that. Nah, man.
Hey,
I'm
got,
eager to see what
hold on,
happens next, bro. My bad.
Two fellas. I got 3 people on the panel and they said that, yeah, man, a little minute. Let me get X in here, then we'll go AJC and Red, and we're going to meet him. Go ahead, X.
Peace. What's going on, brother? Fantastic. What's
You got
going
it.
on?
You got it, X. You got it.
Brother AJ, MOT, everybody up on here. MOT, man, your name been coming up a lot, man, in the poll, man. You know, I'm gonna have to hit you up, man. See if I can get you up on the debate stage and shit. I just want to come up here and say good debate tonight, brother. Fantastic, man. I was very proud of both of you brothers, man. It was conducted very, very well, man, and I hope the folks liked it. Also, I think a lot of ground got covered tonight, man, and you know, I learned some shit. I hope everybody else learned some shit. You know, I just want to come up here and holler at you, man, and speak on that, and you know, let MOT know that he been coming up in my damn debate poll. So you're gonna be hearing from me, brother. All right, I'm gonna jump on off, man. I see y'all on the other side, man.
Right,
thanks for letting me hop on.
Thank you, X. Happy New Year to you, bro.
Yeah, right. Happy New Year to all you brothers, man. Peace, man.
All right. AJ, it's on you, fam.
Man, I came up, man. I got to speak on this, man. What's up with you, Mr. Fantastic? Everybody on the panel. MOT, what's up with you, brother, man? Everybody else?
Oh, what's up, man? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Happy New Year's to you, brothers. I noticed something in the chat, and in this talking points that people keep bringing up, Mr. Fantastic, with your military service, with that certain individual who keep talking about how many years you've been in to reach the rank that you at, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like, if a motherfucker, excuse my language, but I gotta go in because I was in the Navy. If you know your MOS, correct, you would know certain MOS, it takes certain years probably for you to gain a certain rank. So I'm tired of people keep using that whack ass argument to say with you, probably, I don't know how many, they keep saying with you 16 years and you made an E6. I know people that been there when I was there, because I made E5. I made E5 in 4 years and I got out. I know people that was in 20 years, they only made E4. I'm tired of hearing that whack ass argument. I'm tired of hearing that. It's always these goofy motherfuckers that be on that side that want to basically use that against you. But then you got that individual who was in the military, in the Navy. He would know this. And I'm like, man, these some goofy ass dudes, man. Real talk, goofy. I was sitting there listening, well, he been there 16 years. He should be higher than that. No, it depends on the MOS. It depends on the job.
AJ, that nigga is one of these, bro. This dude is literally, you can go back and look, bro. I've said and I've introduced to this, and I would say this nigga's whole ass name, Adrian Anastasia. But this dude is literally like obsessed with me, man. Every time this dude sees me in a chat room or something or so on and so forth, he cannot resist speaking to me, man. Just go look at it. Anytime this dude, and I purposely, I told him the formula. I actually told this dude, I explained to him, I have a formula of where I ignore this dude for 3 times. I let him try to acknowledge me, at me, or whatever the fuck, or throw some sneak diss until I finally be like, hey, man, are you happy now? I gave you attention. Can you leave me alone now, son? This dude is literally obsessed with me and my life and everything about it, bro. So it's just funny to me. But as far as this shit goes, as far as your rate or whatever in the Navy and so on and so forth, bro, I already did this. Go back and I got the video still up, man. The United States Navy has the most retired E6s of any other branch. You know why? Because chief is not guaranteed, and you make the least amount of chiefs in the Navy. So, bro,
To nobody. I mean, dude, to nobody.
again, bro, I don't give a fuck. Bro, I get that motherfucking, whether it's an E6 or E7, E6, 8, whatever the fuck it may be. Bro, I got 3 years left, bro. I got 3 shots at motherfucking making the shit before I'm even, whatever it is, before I retire. So I'm not worried about this coward ass, lame ass, broke ass nigga. Bro,
Right,
this dude is struggling with an opinion on motherfucking. He's trying to make a come up on fucking YouTube, and no one cares about him.
And you first class, and you married. First class is there. You're not that far away from a chief. So
Chief's not guaranteed. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Chief's not guaranteed, bro. You can have, bro. I done seen motherfuckers be a seller of the year. I done seen motherfuckers have everything in the block. This chick I know, she was a fucking AO1, bro, for like 10 years. She just never picked up Chief for whatever reason. She was LPO, LPOSC, seller of the year, all this shit. And for whatever, she never had no type of shit on her record or anything. And for whatever reason, she never got picked up. So again, if you're gonna hold it against yourself, and I seen motherfuckers that had like DUIs, they beat their wife, all this shit. Hell, used to be back in the day, you had to have that just to even make Chief a fucking DUI and some type of motherfucking jail shit. So I'm not worried about this dumbass nigga, man. This nigga just further proves that this nigga's obsessed with me, bro. He's a fucking like this dude's a man whore. That's what
that's some goofball shit, man. That's why I came on, man, because that kind of made me upset.
Don't get upset, man, because it's funny.
People be trying to use that, and I'm like, damn, bro, you talking about you in the military?
Yeah, but bro, hey, and one other thing.
I mean, but they assume that every branch ranks up the same. I mean, like the Air Force isn't all that hot on giving out fucking rank either. They're not.
Facts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Facts. People, like I said, I knew people when I was on the Stennis. I knew people that they was E4s. They've been in there over 20 years. E4s.
Yeah, that was way back, bro. That was way back.
Right, and that was in 2000.
Yeah, I retired. I retired with a I actually not I retired. My bad. I had one of the last retiring E5s. Like I worked with him, so like one of the last couple of dudes to be able to retire, qualify to retire. In the Navy as an E5, I saw a dude retire as an E5. So again, man, I don't feel no type of way about that dumbass nigga. Man, fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
But hey, let me hop to Meedum. Meedum, how are you? Meedum, who's Meedum? Meedum, are you there? MEDOM, are you there? If you're trying to speak, unmute. There you go.
My bad. I just want to say what's up. I respect what y'all doing. Also, I mean, yeah, man. I just came inside. Like I just came in like 5 minutes ago. I get like a little bit caught up. What was it?
Nothing much, man. We're just going over talking about a little bit other debate things or whatever, some of the points. But nothing really in particular, bro. Just chopping it up, man. You got anything you wanted to talk about or you wanted to add or whatever?
Mainly a question. I'm trying to be general manager right now where I work at. I work at Domino's. Trying to be general manager over there. I heard you make like 70K, 60K, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. And I'm good. I'm like already MIT. So like I say give it about like 6 more months and I'm like keep on asking whatever. But like how would you say like just the focus on that, because I want to do other shit as well, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like just to stay on the grind at least. Like what kind of place would you have for that?
Well, as far as what you saying business wise and career wise?
Yeah,
or
yeah. So the whole entire mindset frame, how to get to that point, how to stick with it, stay consistent type. Because I'm 20, you feel me? So
well,
I get distracted very easy.
Yeah, it takes 21 days to get out of here, Omar. It takes 21 days to form a habit, man. So the best thing in life, man, is you said general manager, because that's huge, bro. That's really like your own store, right? It's like your own store and
but it's
everything around.
Right? So it ain't that easy.
Say again?
It's an easy job.
I mean, it's easy, but I mean, you'll pretty much be the big guy, other than like the franchise owner, correct?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you only got one person over you, and you know what I'm saying. You pretty much call the shots for everybody else. I mean, and you don't sound that old. I mean, how you sound like you're in your 20s.
Or 20. I'm 20.
Yeah, you're 20 as a 20.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, bro. Like, damn, you ahead of schedule. So, again, man, if you can, in my opinion, if you're going that route and you're already up to be a general manager of a store, pretty much when you get to that level, you usually get some type of benefits to where they'll pay for you to go to school, so you can get some actual type of managerial degree or have franchise options. A lot of other things. And like I said, if you're at 20 years old, bro, and you can be a general manager in the store, and I mean, shit, even just alone being 20 years old with 70K a year in your pocket, unless you look, wait, you in like New York or some shit, or like where you at?
Virginia right now.
Oh fuck yeah, you not up in goddamn hold on, what part of Virginia?
Where that like Fairfax area. I'm in a nice.
Okay, well, you good then. Yeah, as long as you ain't up there right close to motherfucking DC. I can't tell you the name of that shit. What's the name of the shit where you right before you go to DC?
I can't remember. But I'm from Baltimore, so I know the area.
Yeah, it's not with
Did you say you were a general manager at Domino's?
Yeah.
At 20 years old, bro.
Yeah, you're balling. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, no, I don't. But I've seen the schedule for the general manager. She does like 70 hours. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. I could do that. I don't want to do that. I know I could like create a system where I could come in 60 hours and be cooling.
Well, either way, man, you're well above, or you're well, like, you know what I'm saying, at the very least on track, but tracking more.
Yeah.
Ain't that many 20-year-olds making fucking 70K, bro. You know, get some a lot of condoms. Don't get no motherfucking baby. Got none. You laughing, but dead ass serious. As soon as you tell us you got 70K a year, nigga, trust and believe me, bitches gonna see, they gonna know, and they gonna be trying.
They do that now, and I'm broke. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Secondly, you know what I'm saying, get your money together, man. You know, get you some type of investment plan or whatnot, man. Don't waste your money, man. That's my biggest thing and biggest advice I can give to you, bro. Because that's a lot of money for a 20-year-old, bro.
Do you live at home?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I would say live at home as long as possible. Stack your paper, stack your bread, put a down payment on a house. Buy yourself a house. Try to buy 2 houses and get you some rental property.
Yeah, get properties, bro.
Multifamily house. Multifamily.
Yeah, or duplex or some shit like that. Yeah, real estate should be real good for you too, and especially in VA, bro. You want to get on that too before they change over the motherfucking wholesale laws and shit. But hey, how familiar are you with this space, bro?
The space, the mindset has been like a whole year and a half. The space has been say like 2 months.
Are you familiar with Ramil?
Yeah, first person I seen.
Yeah, fuck with him, bro. You might want to even actually holler at him, nigga. You making 70K, $30 ain't shit for like 30 minutes, or buy one of them books. He got books and shit. I think you probably just missed the sale because I know he had a sale going on through the 1st for the New Year's. But either way, bro, a consultation or one of his books, bro, as far as wholesale goes, because I know wholesale is huge in VA. And it's another dude.
Before I go, because I gotta go. Before I go, I wanted to let y'all know, like certain things like I like. So I'm gonna just like get my interest out. So I bought a book recently. It was about this isn't any real estate or anything, but it's like businesses and stuff about because last year I was just struggling hard, so I was reading like studying, working on the in-house first, working on yourself first, and all this other stuff. How money is energy and type shit like that. Like I love it, and so I went and bought this other book. It's called Build and Buy. Buy then Build. That's what it's called. And like I've been dabbling into that a bit. But I'm gonna definitely check out that real estate thing. Because I like that type of shit, bro. I like any type of hustle that just, you know what I'm saying, it's clean money. I could keep looping it.
Right. Yeah, man. And
you could easily go to like a first-time home buying class. They're always free, so you just go to a free class. You sit, and they'll talk to you about the home buying process, and then you can talk to a real estate agent right there on the spot, and it'll be really easy that way. And also, I would say too, man, one thing that that kind of sparked my interest, like if I was sitting in your shoes, man, you gotta be thinking about, you're only 20 and you're like being an owner, I ain't ready for that. But if you actually talk to the owner of the franchise and said, I want to be an owner too. I know I'm young. I'm 20 years old. Can you help me? what would it take? And and really talk to him about mapping that out, because who knows, maybe in the blink of an eye you could own one of those stores yourselves.
Hell yeah! Yesterday, hell yeah, I gotta be like on my good boy stuff, because honestly, like last night, my manager made me so mad. I left early because I left early. She was cursing at me all that and I said I can't do this. Put my hat on the hood of her car and just went home. I ain't get fired though. She respect me too much, and she need me. So I'm just saying, I gotta work on a bunch of stuff, man. I do. I really appreciate you guys' help. I really like your content, and I'm gonna continue watching. All right.
Oh, hold on. Before you go, yeah. Hey, oh shit, he left. But yeah,
You had the curve, bro.
credit.
You had
Yeah,
the curve.
credit, man. And yeah, shout out to you, young brother, man. You're doing you definitely ahead of the curve. You're doing big things, man.
That's
You're on the
impressive.
right track. Just don't fuck it up.
That's impressive.
Don't
20
get
years
caught up with
old
these.
and a general
Don't
manager.
get caught up with these bras, bro. Do not get caught up with these
Don't
bras
fuck
too
with
much.
these, reptiles, like MOT would say. Be careful.
Yeah, use magnums. Make sure you use magnums.
Be careful.
But hey, what you got, True?
Well, I was gonna say, I was listening to the debate, and I thought you did a pretty good job. Seemed like you were like on the wrong side of the debate, because I mean, you're like a no bullshit type of dude, and I almost never disagree with you. You're an educated guy. And what I heard though was, it seemed like Brother Moses was he's like very well rehearsed on saying pretty much the same thing over, like these pro-black, what happened to us, almost like this, this cultural self-pity talking points. He's excellent at that. And so when you're talking to him, it's like he does this with everybody. He does a really good job of using language to paint himself in this thought. Excuse me, I thought my computer shut off. In this authoritarian type of way of speaking, where he sounds very knowledgeable, but you actually called him out on it, but really was just nothing but, it was like mumbo jumbo with a PowerPoint that he probably has about like 50 slides in the PowerPoint, and he just picks and chooses which one he wants to use. And then I'm looking like in the chat. So I'm kind of looking at like just everything. It just wasn't you and just him, but then I'm looking at like people in the chat, and to me, it just seemed like you didn't belong there. I'm like, you're too sophisticated. You've built too much with your life. You're more forward thinking. You're a thinking black man. You're the future of what black men are supposed to be in mass. And it's like these guys, it seems like they're trying to pull you back, and they're trying to rob from you. They're trying to steal from you. They're trying to take your time from you. And then Brother Moses is just talking about the same old talking points that we've all heard our whole lives. And it's like, it's just like, I'm just thinking to myself, Mr. Fantastic is wasting his time with people who are sort of stuck in this time warp. And, and I think, and I get this I heard this from MOT, man. He goes, man, we just got to separate. We got to separate from these guys. And I'm not saying like, don't do debates or, and not be in these hangouts or whatever, but I was really getting a strong sense of this debate is really going nowhere. And for thinking black men, like men and myself, and for you, it's not like you learned anything, but for them, but for the Maggles and the B1s, I could see them in the chat. They're like, oh, this is really good. I'm learning something here. This is really great. And it's like they've never seen black men have these type of conversations, which to me is, it's kind of mind blowing. Like this is really moving you. This is like a good debate. And then you got the brass mouth goat. He's in here, and I'm thinking like, I mean, he really shouldn't be in here because he just sucks all the energy out of the room, and he kind of dumbs it down. And so very dumb, right? So I'm just, I just look as thinking black men, we got to be very careful of who we spend our time with, and make sure, like, maybe with what's his name, Teapot, you say, look, man, control your chat. Like if you're going to have a man like myself in here, I'm not telling you to do this, but I'm saying this is the thoughts that I was having. It's like, say, we want this cleaned up a little bit so we have more order, and just kind of toe that line of respect and discipline and get that chaos out, because it stops progress.
If I could,
something though, and not to cut anybody off though, Truth, you making some good points, but I was glad that the Billy Goofy Goat that was there, in the chat with his minions, because actually that made a point. That just goes to show you how many people be following the fuckery. You know, they really wasn't looking at Mr. Fantastic talking points. They was just choosing sizes. That's all they cared about.
They're not even B1 though.
Right, but I'm just right, and that's usually what happens. Like what we talk about in these communities, like when they defend the black church, you saw the same thing right there on what's the name when he was debating him, Mr. Fantastic and Brother Moses. Wasn't nothing different.
Right.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, bro. But my thing about certain people in the chat or certain people on the other side of that debate was that they support mediocrity. Like, how can you be for the people or a group as a whole if you don't want the absolute most effective people running shit? Why wouldn't you want the people who know how to maneuver in this environment that we're in to be the person like leading the charge? You know what I mean? It's something I think fantastic. I think you said something a couple weeks ago or something about, if I recall correctly, about there should be a certain standard, certain minimal standard of competence. You know what I mean? To be able to, should be our standard as a people, so to speak, ideally. How could they disagree with that? You only disagree with that if you want us to fail. That's it. You know what I mean? So that should be thrown back in those people's face. Either you want us to be competent and capable and on point so we can move forward, or you want to support or defend or excuse mediocrity. In which case, you're the enemy, and that's it. You have nothing to say. Like,
well, no, like you said, man. Again, bro. A lot of people have told me about like the whole B1 thing and the origins of it and so on and so forth. Like as far as like, you know, Jason Black and, you know, pro-black and so on and so forth and all these other things. So just even that in itself, and like you said something, you know, interesting when you said they're not truly B1. And that's what my understanding of Black First is, doing what's necessary in order for the black race to progress, you know, to be successful and all these other things. And I just feel like, especially as the men, if you're a man claiming to be, you know, Black First or, you know, pro-black or whatnot, your number one thing that you should be trying to do is set the example for the men under you. A man is always going to be held accountable, always, especially a black man. So when you shirk this off and you say, oh, it's not my fault, it's the white man's fault. It's not my fault, it's the government's fault. It's not my fault, it's the police's fault. It's not my fault, it's everybody else's fault but mine. And especially like when it's to the point of like you getting involved in criminality and getting caught up in criminality. Bro, that's nobody but you. You had plenty of choices to choose other than the legal shit to do. And then when you get caught up in it and you got to pay the consequence, bro, don't motherfucking say, oh, you was wrongfully, you was whatever targeted. No, bro, you got caught. It's on you. You shouldn't have been doing that. You, out of all the thousands and millions of fucking things you could have chose to do and choose that was on the legal route, you chose the illegal. And as always, you always know it's going to do. You played a stupid game, so you want a stupid prize.
It's a setup.
Yeah, take your leg, stand up like a man, and just move forward.
Like for example, I think I talked about this with MOT earlier, like about the whole pimp thing back in the 70s, yada. Like just around that same time, the whole drug dealer as culture hero was promoted, right, in the media at least, and not taken away again from individual responsibility. How can you excuse that? Like that was a setup. You could argue that was a setup culturally to redirect the energy of the people at the time, which is more the civil rights, black power situation going on in the 70s, and they redirected that energy into promoting the pimp, the Mac, the player, the hustler, the drug dealer, and those dudes that were caught up in that sold in the community, which should be considered a traitorous act. You know what I mean? And then some of these dudes are still justifying or defending that choice. No, that was a stupid choice. Y'all were caught up into being essentially operatives of our enemy, so to speak, and you're a sucker. You got played. You know what I mean? You can't hustle an honest man. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Hey,
that's a great point. You can't hustle an honest man. And to add to, like, you know, an honest man, a good man is going to look himself in the mirror, just like Mr. Fantastic alluded to. And he's going to say, what can I do? What do I have to do to make the change to get what I want in life so I can provide for myself and be self-sufficient for me and my family and to build the so-called community that I say I want to build? and then you make the tough decisions and you put your nose to the grindstone. And the problem with this Black First ideology, like, we were all pretty much, I mean, if you're like me, I'm sure all of us were taught to be Black first and only date Black women and, give back to the Black community and learned all about racism and white supremacy and all this. And so we get it. But the problem is there's this element of self-pity. Like, this Black first culture is a culture of self-pity. And you go, well, he did this to me and this man did this and they did this to me and racism and in the past and slavery. And what about Jim Crow? And all that stuff's real. I mean, all that stuff's happened. And in my opinion, it has an impact to this day. But so what? There's nothing you can do about the past. The only thing that we can do is make changes. And if we already all have the same information, Brother Moses didn't say anything new to anybody. And he said it 1,000 times. That's why he speaks so quickly saying it. So if he's going to wallow in self-pity and spread that culture, that is disempowering, and that is not being an honest man.
It ain't Black first, man. It's the diaspora first. Everybody else but the Black man first.
Failure first. Failure first.
Everybody else except the Black man.
Hey, we got Zone in the building. What's up, Zone?
What's up, Fantastic?
You got it, bro.
I don't really got anything to comment. I was just bored, so I decided to join the panel.
Okay, bet. We got well, man, who y'all all came to see. Obama, the second in the flesh, Mr. RBR Network. How you doing, Mr. RBR?
I'm doing good. Congratulations, man. You did all right. I leave the back door open for Taz and them so they can come in and get the lesson. Look like you found one of them seats. You found the back door. Well, congratulations. It wasn't perfect, and I don't think anybody can expect perfection. But you did good, man. The part that I liked about it is you wasn't pushing an agenda. You know what I'm saying? And I saw your stream. I didn't agree with your stream earlier about the talking points, right? Because I think that what we tend to do in the Black community is use the talking points of the dominant society that's lying about being dominant, that's lying about our plight as people, because they
what are you hearing, RBR?
Well, I'm hearing that whites are superior, and there's a system of white supremacy, and that there's institutional racism, and white people can't put no racism into no institution or no system or to the honey nut Cheerios. They can't do that. If we got rid of the racist in the system, if we got rid of the white supremacists in our institutions, our systems and institutions would be fine.
Can I give you a little pushback on that?
No, that's fine. You can push back. Say that white people.
Okay. Well, this is all. This is what I see right here. Where I'll just give a little bit of pushback on that is when you look at mass incarceration. Yes, and it was built to incarcerate Black men. So you can look at a city like Baltimore that's got a Black city council, Black police chief, Black mayor, and they're still getting the same results.
Okay, now talk about mass. What does that word mean? What do you need to get mass? It has to be 51% or more. You know how many Black people are in prison? 66.
I don't think mass equals 51%. That's not true. Mass is just short for massive.
Now, shut up and look up the fucking word mass.
Watch your fucking mouth, nigga.
Come on, man. Why, you don't have to be disrespectful.
That's the point I was making, Mr. Fantastic.
What motion is fuck, man? Yourself, bro.
Hold on. Hey, let's it's 2 in the morning, man. Hey, let's come on.
I didn't do mass about it. It's a fucking lie. That's the point I was thinking.
Google, I just Googled massive, and it just says large amount.
Yeah, RBR massive.
You mad now?
No.
RBR, you hold up. RBR, you're conflating most with RBR. Hold on, RBR. The truth is, I know it is actually correct. You're conflating most with mass. Mass just means massive, as in a large amount.
Mass, or did you say most?
No, mass is there is a difference between mass and most. Something can be massive, but not most.
No, that doesn't even say most.
Massive.
Number of Blacks in prison. DOJ. Do the search.
Oh,
it's 34%. I just looked at it 2 days ago. 34%. RBR.
Yeah, it's 34% of the people in prison How many
Yes,
people?
exactly.
2 million. How many of them are black? 65,712.
RBR, you know why they call it mass
34%,
incarceration? Let me tell you why they call it mass incarceration. It's because America houses more people in the penitentiary than any other country combined. As a matter of fact, I think America houses as many people in prisons as the top the countries 3 through 5. That's not a lie. You don't even know what massive means, RBR. Come on, man.
More than 51%.
Mass doesn't mean more than 51%.
You are unstable, bro.
Large amount.
You're screaming at a word you could look up.
RBR, hold on. RBR, let me help you out, brother.
I looked up 1,000 fucking times.
Kind sir. Hey, kind sir.
Math definition.
RBR, listen. Can you see your screen? Look at your screen, RBR. One of the wonderful brothers in the chat has helped us out with the actual definition. Let me read it to you. Noun, a coherent, statistically large body of matter with no definite shape.
That's not the right one.
Curly
That's
hair.
not the right definition. That's not the definition. Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure he didn't just pull that out of his ass. Again, RBR, you're conflating most with math.
Idiot.
You're conflating most with math. Most is anything over 51%.
Hold on, they're talking about it.
Matt Blaylock, hello, wait. Hey, RBR. Matt Blaylock just made a good point too.
No,
in mass shootings, that doesn't mean 51% of the people were shot.
No, it means the word mass comes from the word massive.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Large. Hold on. That means very large.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not quantitative numbers, RBR.
It's not that hard.
Large doesn't mean most.
It's not that difficult.
Large does not mean most.
Here we go. What percentage constitutes mass? What?
Irrelevant. Irrelevant. Your point's already been debunked. Stop talking. Just stop. You don't know what you're talking about.
Mass is a physical word. It goes like you go mass times distance.
Here we go right here. Okay? Mass percent.
You just bullshit, RBR. Come on, man. Come on, you just bullshit.
Even you don't believe that. Even you don't believe that at this point. Stop it.
This is what it is. Guys like RBR, they're used to dealing with B1 types and the less educated. So he runs this game on them.
You're not smart, bro. Chill.
Or they just laugh at him and they find it entertaining.
He believes Russiagate. Stop it.
Right, yeah.
It is true.
It is true.
Come on, man. You think the Ukraine did it?
Hillary Clinton was a valid candidate too.
No,
right? Look, hey, RBR, I don't want to derail what you were saying. I don't want to derail with what you were saying. Go ahead, man. I just want to give you some pushback on there's no such thing as systemic racism. So carry on.
For letting these coon ass niggas do this to your channel, man. That's
Who you calling a coon? Who you calling a coon, Herb? Who you calling a coon?
They were here before you.
You don't want it, bro. You do not want it. You don't know what you're dealing with, bro.
You turned them into coon ass niggas, RBR. So they're coon ass niggas because you turned them into it, man.
My channel, Mr. Fantastic, because there's a lot of people that are listening to these fucking lies about 1% black incarceration being mass. That's a fucking lie.
I don't think anybody said that, RPR, but you know,
not hacking our election.
Nobody didn't say that.
It's a generic term, but okay.
We got to be coons because you don't understand mathematics. That ain't right, RBR.
Mathematics, English, basic definition.
You don't know math.
Totally over his head.
Or English.
What is your talking point? RBR, what is your talking points?
My talking points is the white people aren't superior, so why the fuck you using their talking points? That's my talking point.
What?
What white talking points were you using, RBR?
No, I was using the truth. Fuck a white talking point.
What was my talking point?
I'm trying to figure out what white talking points you're using.
Putting Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden in the Democratic primary to take 40% of the votes away from Hillary. It didn't have shit to do with she was a bad.
What? She lost because she's a racist and so is her, and so are her supporters.
Her supporter or a bunch of
Hold on. Who was Hillary supporters? 74% of the people who voted for Hillary Clinton in the primary did not vote in the general election. How come? Because Obama was black. The same 74%, 63%.
So because they voted for Trump.
Listen to
what the fuck Obama had to do with that?
I can always depend
Obama
on
was black.
RBR.
You clowns.
Oh my God!
I can always
Because Trump beat her fair and square.
What the
He destroyed her on the merits. Get over it.
And you say Hillary?
you, Mr. Fantastic.
Trump destroyed Hillary on the merits. The